Hey everybody, it's Nicky D, and welcome back to the Nicky D channel. This is part 2 of my top 10 favorite WWE moments in 2023. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Number 5, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez win the women's tag team titles. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus were defending against Liv and Raquel. Becky Lynch and Lita were the women's tag team champions, but somebody took Lita out, and Trish Stratus volunteered to join Becky Lynch in fighting Liv and Raquel. This Raw was after 8 days after WrestleMania 39, as Becky and Raquel started the match. Quickly, Raquel got the tag to Liv, and Becky and Liv fought pretty evenly for a few minutes. Liv took control, but Becky was able to sneak away and get a tag to Trish. Liv cornered. She ended up tagging Becky. Leg drop from the top rope by Becky for a 1-2 as we went to commercial break. Liv and Trish were fighting when we had returned to the match, as Liv was able to tag in Raquel. Trish tagged in Becky, and we had Raquel and Becky as Raquel dominated, and Becky and Trish ended up double teaming Raquel and dominating for a while, as Raquel ended up getting back to her corner to Liv, who was sitting waiting on the top rope, but she got caught on the top rope a few minutes later, and Becky and Trish had her cornered on the top rope, and Raquel got into the match, and they did the tower spot, and Raquel powerbombed all of them, and everybody was down. Liv Morgan coming up clutch. Trish Stratus went for a chick kick. Liv Morgan reversed it and rolled up Trish for the 1-2-3 as Liv and Raquel won the match and became women's tag team champions. Number 4, Raw is 30. Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, and LA Knight segment. The segment started with an LA Knight promo talking about Bray Wyatt and all the people in the back. He calls out any random legend, and no one answers the call at first, and then the gong tolls, and the lights went off, and Taker came out on the bike, circled the ring, and entered. LA Knight left the ring as they talked on the outside. Bray Wyatt, after LA Knight was done, music hit, and Bray Wyatt, LA Knight, who was going up the entranceway to leave, wasn't leaving anymore when Bray Wyatt came out the entranceway. Bray Wyatt slowly walked out, and LA Knight slowly retreated back to the ring where LA Knight was cornered. He went into the ring to try to get away from Bray Wyatt, and he ended up getting, and then the Undertaker grabbed LA Knight and threw him into Bray Wyatt so Bray Wyatt could hit Sister Abigail on LA Knight. Taker and Bray Wyatt had a face-off as Taker whispered something in Bray Wyatt's ear before walking away. Number 3, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 39. Before we could even talk about this match, with what Rhea Ripley did at the Royal Rumble, that also makes this very impressive. Rhea Ripley came out number 1 in the 2023 Royal Rumble, and in 1 hour, 1 minute, and 18 seconds, Rhea Ripley won the 2023 Royal Rumble to earn this opportunity against Charlotte Flair, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion. And this match had a slow start, but it was very early as we got underway in this one. Rhea Ripley took control by throwing Flair face first into the turnbuckle. Rhea Ripley then hit a German suplex on Charlotte for a 1-2. Flair hurt Ripley's knee and ended up creating a target. Flair countered Rhea Ripley's riptide into a DDT for a 1-2. We saw a spot where both Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair hit each other with big boots, and both women were down. Rhea Ripley then suplexed Charlotte Flair from the top rope for a 1-2. Charlotte Flair didn't want to feel one-upped, immediately got up and hit Rhea Ripley for a natural selection for a 1-2. And then a big boot for a 1-2. Before Charlotte Flair went to the top rope for a moonsault, and to Rhea Ripley, who was outside of the ring for the big WrestleMania spot moment. Flair then kicked out of Rhea Ripley's riptide, who then Flair turned around, spared Rhea Ripley for a 1-2, and then Rhea Ripley hit a second riptide to win the match from the top rope as Rhea Ripley became SmackDown Women's Champion. Number 2, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team titles at WrestleMania 39. Going into this match, the Usos' title reign was 622 days long, as this match main evented night 1 of WrestleMania 39. The Usos dominated Sami early. Usos were double teaming Sami Zayn for a long time in this match, and a lot of that came early in this match. Double teams, isolations in the corner, it really got Kevin Owens frustrated. And the longer they double teamed him, the more frustrated Kevin Owens was getting. It was a good 10-15 minute beatdown, but Sami actually got the tag to Owens, and Owens went wild. Hitting cannonball from the top rope. Owens hit a frog splash for a 1-2 ooh, but then the Usos took control of the super kick, and the Usos hit a splash for a 1-2 ooh. And it was on from there. Swanton bomb from Owens for a 1-2 ooh. Sami Zayn hit a Uso splash at one point, thinking he could put away the Usos with their own moves, but he kicked out at 2 as the Usos got angry about that and really dominated Sami some more. The Usos double teamed Sami for the next 5 minutes or so. And then the Usos ended up driving Kevin Owens through the announce table. Sami Zayn kicked out of the 1D. Nobody had kicked out of the 1D, but Sami Zayn had done it out of this moment. And then Owens kicked out of the double splash, but Sami Zayn had Jey Uso in the corner and hit not 1, not 2, but 3 haluva kicks to end up winning the match and becoming undisputed tag team champions alongside Kevin Owens. Number 1, Randy Orton and CM Punk return at the end of Survivor Series War Games. Randy Orton was slated as the 5th member of War Games, even though we did not hear from Randy Orton at all until he ended his music hit. And even when his music hit, Randy Orton didn't come out the first time. Damian Priest had put Seth Rollins through a table at that point, and Rhea Ripley came out trying to cash in Damian Priest's Money in the Bank contract. And then, as she was trying to do that, Randy Orton's music hit again, and Randy Orton came out, climbed in the cage, and started cleaning house. He did a vintage Randy Orton on Finn Balor. Rollins and Zayn threw J.D. McDonough off the cage into an RKO from Randy Orton after everybody from the Team Cody had hit everybody from the Judgment Day with vintage Randy Ortons at the same time. Orton let Cody win the match off of a crossroads to Damian Priest. As they all stood tall in the ring, the good guys prevailed as we thought we was going off the air, and then all of a sudden CM Punk's music hit, and out came the Street Saint from Chicago, CM Punk, live in the flesh in WWE, as he ended up soaking in the crowd and saying that he had returned. Seth Rollins looking very pissed off as we went off of the air at Survivor Series, but we had 2 returns in the same match, and honestly, I can't think of a better moment than 2023 than that. And that was my top 10 moments in WWE of 2023. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all my YouTube subscribers. And I'll see you in 2024. Bye, everybody.